Good afternoon and welcome to Tuesdays at 2 training with the Coaches Console. It's Melinda here and I'm excited to, well, as always, just excited to be here. I love coming to these trainings with each of you. And today we're going to talk about the shopping cart module. We have been, in the recent weeks, we've been rolling out version 3.0. Many of you are making that conversion. We've got one final batch to go. So I just wanted to just do a quick walkthrough, well, not necessarily quick, but just do a walkthrough of the shopping cart module, the products, the courses, the tracking, things like that. So that's what we're going to cover in the first half of today's training. And then in the second half of the training, as always, we're going to open it up to just to general Q&A, whatever questions you have about your business or your system, how to use a feature, how to make something, how to accomplish something using your console system. We're going to just open up to live Q&A time. That's where you get to be greedy with me. You have yours truly until the top of the hour. So whatever questions you have about your business and how you can implement your Coaches Console to accomplish something in your business, that's what we're here for today. So we are going to keep the line muted. If you're with me on the call live, you can type your questions into the webinar box and I'll see those and bring them into the call for everybody's benefit. And if you are listening into the recording, then head over to the Facebook group, the Coaches Console Members Mastermind Facebook group. Post your question there, and a member of our team, our support team, other members will see those questions and we'll make sure we get that answered for you. So let's talk about the shopping cart. I just want to go through a few key things and share some tips with you about the shopping cart and share a couple of common questions that we get when people are working in the shopping cart. So in our dashboard, or from our dashboard, we are going to click on the shopping cart module. You'll see it here. Now, let me say this. If you have participated in boot camp, then you automatically have the shopping cart module included in your console system. If you just purchased the Coaches Console technology as a standalone technology without the bootcamp, then you had a choice of including the shopping cart module or not. The shopping cart module is an upgrade. So I just want to be really clear. What I'm about to show you, when I click on the shopping cart module, if you have not upgraded your system, and you don't have to, if you have not upgraded your specific console system, then everything I'm about to show you, you're not going to see when you log into your own console account. Okay, so I just want to put that out there so that you're not sitting there after the training scratching your head going, my system's not like what Melinda saw. Like, that's not the same thing. And that's why. Again, you don't have to upgrade. We make it optional. For all of you boot campers, you get that as a bonus and you automatically have the shopping cart and the course and content delivery. So if you don't yet have this, then today is just kind of a sit back and just see what's possible so that when your business is ready for this, when it's a good time for your business to make this evolution, you know what you can accomplish within your console system, okay? Before I start talking about the actual feature itself, one of the questions that we get a lot is, what console platform do you use and integrate with this? And what a lot of people think is that we have gone out to something like a one shopping cart. That's a common one that we get, that we're using one shopping cart and we've just kind of plopped it into our console system. And that is not true. We actually have developed and created our own shopping cart and built it and integrated it directly into the console system. Okay, so it's very specific to our industry, to service-based professionals selling products and programs online, delivering content to our participants. So there's not another platform that we've integrated. It is our own shopping cart. And within the shopping cart, you're able to create products. You can see here in this training demo account, I've been testing a lot and playing a lot. And there's a number of products. You can have an unlimited number of products. I'll show you about how to create products and what you can do with that in just a second. And as you create the products, there's also a products report. And with this, it allows you to track sales dates. Okay, so I'm just going to say show for all dates since I've been using this. And you can see the different products that I have available, and it gives a month by month overview. Now, this is a training account, so I don't actually ever sell anything. I don't I don't run money through this account, which is why you see the NAs across the board, right? And I can scroll through and see whatever, however long I need to see. But as I scroll down, you can quickly get an overview of the product sales. So it's by product or program. If you do a teleclass or a home study program, or if you do your coaching packages, you can see how many people have purchased each of those products in a given month. And then if you keep scrolling down, you're going to see the breakout by month. In February, for example, for this teleclass that I offered, I had 2 people that purchased it. Now, again, this is a training account. I don't run money through this account. So you'll see here it shows in this column that they were gifted it. But in your console system, you can see how many people signed up for this teleclass, how many people purchased your home study program, how many people purchased your group coaching, and it gives you by month each program and then the contacts that bought it and what they paid for it. So it's going to give you a detailed products report so that you can keep up with your sales, who's in what program, who paid for it, how many people paid for it, what amount of revenue you generated from programs. And that's a really good thing to pay attention to is my 4-week teleclass is not doing so much. I've got all this marketing going on maybe, and you're doing all these promotions, but you don't have a lot of traction with this. But you can see that another program of yours is doing really well. And so it allows you to either learn where do you need to optimize your marketing or maybe rewrite your marketing, or maybe a decision to ditch a program. Maybe you've been offering that program for a while and now your ideal client has evolved and maybe it's no longer time to offer that. You want to pull that from the offerings. So these product reports are pretty valuable as a business owner to make business decisions. Okay. So you have both where you can create the products and the product report. And Elizabeth says the detailed product report is awesome in all caps. Yeah, it's as a business owner, it is priceless to have that kind of information. If you're not reviewing that information on a, maybe a quarterly basis, I would recommend that you do that when you start selling multiple programs. Now, if you're just selling your coaching services, you may not need that. Although, in boot camp, we teach how to have an initial coaching package. We call it the Jumpstart coaching package or the Total Results coaching package. So even if you're just doing that, you can see, what's the trend? What are my clients purchasing? Are more of them purchasing the longer version? Are more of them purchasing the shorter version? Are more purchasing pay in full? Or are more of my new clients purchasing with the installment option? That information gives you things that you can use in your marketing to target your audience even better, to fine tune your offer when you're doing promotions or when you're having enrollment conversations. Having that information allows you to know, for example, when I review this, even just the products report, when I review this and I'm looking at just my coaching packages, right? So I could scroll down and I could see by the month, my coaching packages. So in my personal system, I have the Jumpstart package and I have the Total Results package, right? And I can go through for a whole year, let's say, and I can see of all the people that I worked with one-on-one in this given year, how many of them purchased the Jumpstart versus how many purchased the Total Results, how many paid in full, how many used installments. And actually what I know about my clients is they prefer the Jumpstart and they prefer to pay in full. So when I'm having any enrollment conversation, I actually say that. I said, most of my clients prefer the pay in full option and you have a choice. And so I let them know what most others are due because I would love to be paid in full. Even though with installments I get paid more money, I would love to have all my money up front. It's quicker, it's easier, it's cleaner, it's less hassle. I don't have to worry about it. It's cheaper for me administration wise. I would prefer to have everybody pay up front. And so I say that in my enrollment conversations because it's true for my clients. Now, if the opposite were true, I would use that. So as a business owner, this is good information for you to know about. Okay. Also in the shopping cart, you have your course. I call it the course and content delivery module, where you can set up courses and organize the content. And you also have the ability for course tracking data. I'll get to those components in just a second. I just want to spend a couple of minutes on the products. So if you have any questions about this section, type it into the webinar if you're on with me live, and we'll go through this. Or if I explain something, you're like, yeah, back up. Can you say that again? I'm happy to, because I want to make sure that everybody understands this. So with the products, you can see here that I have a number of different products. So like I mentioned earlier, you can have an unlimited number of products. Now, I have existing products. These are my active products that I'm using that people can purchase. You can see that list here. And then there's a section down below, archived products. This is going to be helpful as your business evolves over time. Because there's going to be some, you might do a 6-week teleclass. Like there was a time where I did Get Clients Now teleclasses. I did it for about not quite 2 years. I facilitated a lot of those teleclasses. But then there was a time where my ideal client evolved, and that was a program that was really no longer ideal for my target market. So I stopped offering it. But I wasn't sure if I was going to be done with it forever. So in that case, I would archive that product so that I still have it in my lineup, all the components, the pricing details, the product description, what content they can access when they purchase that, the autoresponder series, all of that is still intact. So if ever there's a time where it's like, you know what, we want to do this workshop again. It's been 2 years. I'm really sensing a need for it. Let's bring this back. And so in your console system, you can unarchive it, make it active again, maybe tweak some things, but you can bring it back to life. So rather than, unless I've just fouled something up, rather than deleting a product, I archive a product, okay? And so let's say that, in one of our trainings, we were talking about, I think it was last week, maybe, we were talking about having a little holiday product that you offer. Well, after the holidays, we're not going to need that anymore, but you might want to pull it out next holiday season. And so when you click on the settings wheel or the option box here, you'll see archive. And it's going to immediately archive that. We can see it. There it is in the archive lineup. And next holiday season, if that worked well as a promotion, we want to do it again, we can just unarchive it. Okay? So rather than delete, archive. That's one option. Now, as you create products, and I'll go through that in a second, as you create products, you'll see the listing here along with the price of that product. And when I say product, I mean any program you offer, a home study program, a teleclass, your coaching packages, mastermind groups, group coaching programs, inner circles, workshops, retreats, speaking engagements. I think I've covered most all of them, but you guys get the idea. Any way that you package your service, that's a product. It doesn't necessarily mean a hard, tangible product like a book or a mug or a poster. It's just your services, right? So you have the price of your product. You have the availability. Most all of your products are going to be available all the time, anytime. You may do a promotion like with Bootcamp. When we do that promotion, there is only 10 days where that product can be purchased. There is a very specific start date and a very specific cart close date, an end date. And after that, people can't buy it anymore. Okay? And so the availability for most everything is anytime unless you're doing a specific promotion. And you can see here, like we did our time off techniques, our own promotion, and it ran from, let's say, the 16th through the 21st. That might be a window where there's people can buy it in between that date. Otherwise, they can buy it whenever. And you also have the availability, how many can be sold. Again, most all of your programs and products and services, your coaching packages, however many people want to buy them, can buy them. Usually when you get into a limited number of people purchasing something is typically, not always, but typically with the higher end, like if you have a platinum mastermind group or an elite inner circle group, you might only have 8 people that you let into that group, or 12 people, or 6. They're usually smaller and more intimate. And so you might want to say only 6 people can buy this, and it's a first come, first served basis. So the first 6 people that get it, that's it. And then if somebody else comes, they won't even see this product exists. Okay. Gina asked the question, once you delete a product, is there a way to get it back? Well, the quick answer is no. Once you delete it, it's gone. Now, if you are sitting there working in your system and you hit the delete button, you're like, oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. And if you immediately come down here to the live chat, or you submit a support ticket and you're like, oh my gosh, I just deleted this. I didn't mean to. This is one of my working products, or I was about to reissue it, and I just deleted this. Can you help me? Yeah, we have backups for the system. And so if it's something like that, a pretty immediate thing, typically our team will be able to revive that for you, but we cannot guarantee it. Okay, so I just want to be really clear about that. Now, if you deleted something back in July and you're like, I don't need this anymore, whatever, and you delete, and then you're sitting here right now going, oh man, that would have been really good to have, and I could have used that at the beginning of the year for a promotion. No, we won't be able to get that back for you. But if you're pretty quick about it, and it's more of a, oh crap, what do I do? Then yeah, we've got some backups and we can work with that. Okay. That's why you want to archive and not delete. Archive and not delete. Archive and not delete. Sorry, Gina. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do if you don't want to archive something is you can not display it. And you'll see the check marks here under the display column. When you create your product in your console shopping cart, like you see this list of products in this training account here, behind the scenes, there's magic that's happening. Your console system is adding these products to a products and services page. We have configured a very simple, clean, professional products and services page. It looks like this, right? So here I am, I'm in fact, let me log out as a client and just show what it looks like to a visitor. Here we go. So here we are on our website. Here's that products and services menu. And here's all the products I've created and I'm displaying, right? And so this is a done for you page that's pre-formatted, pre-configured. You just turn it on or turn it off, right? You can't customize this. If you want it to look different, you have to create your own products page. But we have a done for you products page to make it super easy. You create the product, and it automatically shows on your products and services page. So when I check mark that display column, what I'm saying is I want this product to display on my products and services page on my Coaches Console website. And you can see the format here on the left. There is an image, and it's the same for every product. Here's an image that I can upload. Here's the title of my product. Here's the short 2 or 3 sentence description of my product, the price of my product, and we've already configured and built in, incorporated a buy now button. So this is just a super easy way to get started. You don't have to spend your time constructing products pages, formatting them, stuff like that. It's done for you, okay? And so in the console system, under products, when I see that check mark under the display column, that's what it means. I want to display it on my products and services page of my console website. So you can see here's some that I've turned off. So the products are still active. They're still live. I just don't want them to be on my web page, my products and services page, when people go there. I only want people to be able to buy this product if I give them a link to buy this product. So rather than deleting, you may archive a product if you're not going to use it anymore, or if you just don't want people to buy it, but you want to give them a direct link, you don't want to delete the product. You want to keep using it, but maybe not display it right now. Just uncheck that display box, okay? And then you have your option box for each product. You can edit a product. You can copy a product. So if you're creating a similar product, but there's just a few little distinctions, maybe it's a higher price program or a little bit more content that they can access. You can copy it so you don't have to start from scratch. Here's how you archive. You can gift a product to a contact, and you can delete a product. Remember, only delete if you have really fouled things up and you're like, wow, that we just need to start over. Delete, start over. Otherwise, archive. Okay. Okay, Linda says, in order to display my logo, I have to do another product page. In order to display your logo, you're talking about a product page, Linda? I'm not sure what you mean because like here's what the page looks like. My logo's in the upper left. I have my menus. I have a website header graphic, which you could turn on or off. And then here's my products listed on the page. So when you say in order to display my logo, I have to do another product page. Let me know more about what you mean by that because I'm not understanding your question. Or maybe you just didn't see the logo. But your logo, just like all web pages in your console system, it's displayed here in the upper left. So your logo exists automatically. Okay. Steve asked a question. Steve says, can products be separated by categories like group coaching, live group versus online group? The way, let's go back here to our listing of products. Do you see to the left of each of the product titles, Steve, it has those 6 little dots, and when I hover my mouse over it, it looks like I can move something. I can click and drag, so I can easily change and reconfigure how products are listed on the page. Okay. So you can simply, if you're like, I want to show all of these types of things together, you can easily click and drag so that they're listed by section. Now, there's not category titles section listed. It's just the naming of the products, but you can group them. Okay. Does that answer your question, Steve? Just give me a quick yes or no in that webinar box, and we'll make sure we get your question answered. Going back to Linda, talking about the logo for a second, Linda says, yes, can I change your page? What I'm showing here is simply an example. So Linda, your website, when you customize your website theme in your console system, and I can show you where to do that in a second, you upload your own logo. So it's going to be your logo that displays right here. And it's going to be your menus, however you label your menus. This is just an example of how I've done it in this particular account, but you can label these whatever you want. You can have your own graphic image. So this is just an example, and you can certainly customize it, okay? And Linda said, I had my banner posted, but it didn't quite fit. It was a little too deep. Can I do anything to change that? It depends on, well, actually, it doesn't depend. If you have your banner, if you're saying you have your banner up here in the far upper left where you see this logo of the Coaching Advantage, or if you have your banner here as a website graphic, within your console system, let me just show you, under website, under theme, this is where you can change all of that stuff. So when you click on preview and customize, then you can change, here's the header image, right? And so what you'll see is at the very bottom of this, you had your own banner. Let's say this is, this is where you wanted to upload it, was here where I have the compass. You'll see that the image needs to have a width of 880 pixels and 180 pixels high. The ideal thing to do, and what I would really recommend, is that you take that existing image that you have to a graphic designer, or even a lot of virtual assistants have this skill set, and they can resize that image for you. It's pretty simple. I think there's a lot of free image resizing tools on the internet. I'm not familiar with one. Other Coaches Console members might be, and you can post that in the Facebook group. But you want to resize your banner to be 880 pixels in width and 180 pixels high. And when you upload your banner, then it will fill up the exact space, like where you see this compass image. Okay. And so you want to make sure that you upload your file. And then if you have your logo, you can go into the support center and there's specific requirements in there. But again, if you need to resize images, this is what Melinda would do. I would call a graphic designer or a virtual assistant that has this skill set. I would give them my file and I would say, here's where I want to put it. These are the size and dimension requirements. And they would have it back to me pretty quickly because it's not that big of a deal. I just don't do that stuff. I don't even attempt or pretend to do that stuff. So that's how that would work. Okay, Linda? And whenever you make your changes, like if you make changes, if I wanted to change the banner to this image, or maybe I work with business owners and teams, right? Whenever I make any changes, whether I'm changing an image or a background color, I'm uploading a logo, whatever it is, here in the upper left, before you leave this page, you always want to click Save and Apply to save your changes. Otherwise, if I just click, it looks the way I want it to look. But if I don't click Save and Apply and I just close this page, it did not save my changes. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Let's go back to our shopping cart. So we're talking about products. And Michelle had a question. Let me just go back and find that. And Camille also had a question. So let's do Michelle's question first. Michelle says, should each product have a page to describe the product or program? This is going to be that crappy answer that I hate to give, Michelle. It depends. And here's what it depends on. It depends a lot on the type of people that you are serving. And it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you are just offering your coaching packages, there's kind of two philosophies. And Camille, I think this is going to answer your question, because Camille's question was about including coaching packages on the page or not. But one of the things, Michelle, that it depends on if you should have a separate page for each one, a sales page for each product. If you're just offering, if you're brand new, you're just getting started and you're just beginning to offer your coaching services, then just having them listed on the products and services page is a quick way to get started, or like your home study program. It's a quick and easy way to get started, to let people know what you have, what the options are, and so on. When you want a page for each product, that's when you're going to run a promotion. You'll typically have a sales page when you're going to do a dedicated promotion that's going to, or have a promotion going on that's going to drive people to that sales page so that they can read about not just what the product is, but about the positioning, the challenges that they face as to why they need that solution, that product, the results that they want to get, and how that solution can help them get those results, what they're going to get when they buy that product, the buy now button to actually buy the product, and the description of the program itself. It's 4 weeks and telecalls and record, whatever they get with it. So if if you're doing a specific campaign, then yes, you would want a sales page that describes that product. But as an ongoing basis, you can just use a simple products and services page. Now, that's one philosophy. Another philosophy, and Camille saying, Kate has said on some of the boot camp group coaching calls that she does not use this products and services page, and she doesn't, because Kate does not. When people come to her website, here's the philosophy. When people come to her website, she doesn't want them to see, oh my gosh, $1,600. There's no way I'm paying that. And then they close the page and they leave. They're making the decision based on price, and they don't have all the information. But when you can have that sample session or that enrollment conversation, and you can first help that person get clear on the challenges they face and the impact it has on their life, the results they want, and the cost of not implementing those results, then they can make an educated decision as to whether or not they want to make the investment, and they'll have a better understanding about the return they'll get on their investment. So they're making an educated decision by having that enrollment conversation. Otherwise, the risk is they see this and they're like, no way am I going to pay this. Because, of course, they think it's a lot, even though they have no context for why they think that's actually a lot or a little bit of money. Okay, so depending on your personal preference and the type of clients that you serve, you may or may not want something like this. Another thing that people do with this products and services page, they won't list their coaching services, their coaching packages. That won't be listed on here, or their signature programs. That won't be listed on here. That's saved for enrollment conversations or specific promotions. But what they will list on here are like home study programs that anybody and everybody can get, whether they have an enrollment conversation or not, or like a very kind of an entry level teleclass, like a 4-week or a 6-week teleclass that anybody and everybody is going to understand. Oh yeah, I'll pay $297 to be a part of a 4-week teleclass to get X, Y, and Z. It's going to be easy for them to make that decision without having to have a sample session. And so the products and services are for those entry programs like the home study, group coaching, or teleclasses. And then you would reserve you would create this as a product in your console system. So in the lineup of products, I would have my home studies displayed. I would create my coaching packages as products, but I would not display those on my website. I would just have my home study, my group coaching, and any teleclasses that I might do, very entry-level programs. And I would only display those on my website. Okay. So that's a great question, Michelle, and a great distinction, Camille. And Camille's saying that she renamed the menu products and services. So you renamed yours, instead of saying products and services, you called it programs. Perfect. That's a perfect thing to do. You can certainly do that. Mary asks, can you list your products and services without adding the price? On this done for you page that we've configured, it includes everything you see here. This is an all or nothing. You either use it the way we have it or you don't. And if you use it the way we have it, there's going to be an image, there's going to be a title, and we provide you images. So if you don't have your own, it's not to worry. You have the title, the description, the price, and the buy now button. Now, if you want to deviate from this and you're like, I don't need graphics and I don't want the price, I just want the listing of programs, and I want a link that goes to another page that gives more in-depth detail about that program, you would just create your own page. Mary, you would just, in your console system, you would say, thanks guys, I appreciate that you set up the products and services page, but I don't need that. And under your console website, under pages, you would add a new page, and you would just create your own products page or your own programs page. Okay, and then you can format it however you want. You don't have to have a price. You don't have to have a buy now button. You can make it look and feel however you want it to be. So that's how you would do that, Mary. Okay. And Susie says there's no way to have the products and services page without the price on it. Is that right? That's accurate, Susie. And what we're talking about is this products and services page that we have configured for you. So in your console system, under the shopping cart, as you build and add products, you have this products and services page that you can activate. That's the page that we're talking about, the one that we've pre-configured for you. It will have these components: title, picture, description, price, button. You can't change it. You can't change the location of any of that. You can't change something does display or not. It will show the price. If you don't want any of these elements or you want it to look different, don't use ours and create your own. Okay. Let's see here. A couple more questions. Sheila had a question. What's Sheila's question? Let's go back up to that. When do I use the product section versus the course section? Not sure of the differences for the two. Oh, we're about to get into that, Sheila, so sit tight. I just wanted to go over one more quick thing here with the products, and then I'm going to go into courses. I'm going to show you that, and that's going to explain the distinction. Okay, so Sheila, when I go through that, if it's not clear, ask this question again here in just a few minutes. Okay. Before we leave here, I just want to walk through when you're adding a product. So you'll click on Add Product, and it brings up the product wizard. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on an existing one just because I have content already in, because you guys know I can't type and talk at the same time. So whether you edit or add, you come to the product wizard, and you can see here's the 5 tabs in the product wizard. The first is the name and the pricing, just the basics of the product. So here's the product name. This is the title that we were just seeing on that products and services page. Whatever you type in here is what displays there. Here's the price. Here's the image. Now, if you have an image, great. If you don't, we actually provide one for you. We have a representation for home studies and the different product types. So you don't have to have an image if you don't want one, or you can upload your own. And here are some of the options. I was showing this in kind of the overview of the product page. The product can be purchased. Again, like I said, for most everything that you all offer, it can be purchased anytime. Somebody comes to your webpage and they want to buy it, they can. Or in the case of like our promotion, we've got a lot of people going through that Time Off Techniques program right now, and they're about to start a promotion here in a few days. So they would say, okay, people can buy my holiday program starting on the 18th, and it's going to go through the 22nd. And so there's a very specific promotion window, and outside of that, people can't buy this product. And then you'll see the other option, limit the number of buyers. Now 0 means it's unlimited, okay? And again, most all of your products and programs and services that you sell, they're going to be unlimited. But if you're offering typically a higher end program, the more higher end it gets, the more personal time they get of you, which means you can work with fewer and fewer people. And the packages are more and more expensive. And so for something like the Diamond Elite Mastermind group, maybe you have 6 of your clients that you take through that mastermind in 1 year. And so only 6 people can purchase this. Okay. So you have some options here. And then you have the content access. So when somebody buys this program from you and they log in to your private client website portal, what content can they access? That's what you're choosing here. So if it's a course, and in a second I'm going to show you how to set up and organize your course content, you can select that they have access to all the content organized as this course. Maybe there's some private forms you want them to access, like the intake discovery form, or a call strategy form, the post-session recap form. Maybe it's an evaluation form. And so you can choose what content, and you can scroll down and you can choose documents and what content they can see and access when they log into your private client website. Then you have your autoresponder messages. So when somebody buys this product, what is the series of engagement emails that they're going to receive from you? You have a thank you page. When somebody buys this product, imagine they're sitting at their computer, they're on a browser page, and they buy your product. What's the thank you web page that's going to display as soon as they enter their credit card information and buy that product of yours? And you can customize that here. And then the last component of the product wizard are the different ways that you can use your product. So there's 3 different ways. You can insert a buy now button onto a Coaches Console webpage. You can use a specific link. So if you're creating, let's say something in your newsletter, you're showcasing one of your products or something, and you want to give them a link. Maybe you put the direct link in there, or what a lot of people do is they will have an image or a banner, like a program banner, and they'll turn that image into the link. They can hyperlink it to this big old long crazy looking link. Or for those of you that already have an existing website, external website, you're not using Coaches Console website for marketing, you can click here and you can create your own buy now button to enter into your existing website. Okay. All right, Andrea, you asked the question, how would I take the title off from the top menu? If you don't want the products and services page, so if you're like, thanks guys, but no thanks, and you don't want this products and services page, under your website, under menus, you're going to see the products and services menu. When you turn it on and you enable it and you activate it, you'll see the products and services menu. If you don't want that to show because you want to make your own, just click delete right here. So to the right of every menu, when you click on this option box, you can edit, delete, or add submenu. Just click delete. That takes it away. Okay. Okay, so that's how you create a product. And what I want to look at now is the section for the course and content delivery. And Sheila will make that distinction between the two. So a product and your products that I've been talking about, that allows you to create products to sell online. Okay. Courses, this allows you to organize your course content. It's just a way to organize your course content. That's all this is. So if you have built and created a home study program, or a boot camp, or a teleclass series, or you have a group coaching program that has specific content that's related to the different sessions in the group program, or a VIP days, or anything where you have actual content that you want to deliver to participants, that's what you use courses for. So I'm going to use the Courage, Risks, and Rewards program as an example. So this is an example of like a little home study program. You've created some simple content. It's a home study program, and it's organized in here. And so within the course and content delivery, I can add a course or I can edit it. And you can see here here's all the lessons. Now, we call them lessons. You might call them modules, sessions, chapters, segments, part. Those are different labels that you can have. But you have your content broken into different components. And you can see the title of those listed here. And then when I click on this, each lesson or session or module is made up of a combination of different types of content, like videos or just written text or forms, exercises, reference documents. So when I click on this, you're going to see all the individual blocks of content. You can see here's, you can have text content that you can add in. That's what we see here, just written text. You can have video content that you add. You can see I uploaded I recorded our video, our training, and I uploaded the video so everybody has access to that. There's also the ability to upload documents and the ability to upload interactive forms so that your participants can they can complete exercises. Okay. And then you just build out and organize all your content so that all the content that you include here is on a private, secure web page for your participant to access. Now, what we're looking at is the administrative part. It's the building blocks to organize your content. Okay, so the assumption is that you've already written out your content, maybe in something like a Word document. Once you have that content, then you can begin to set it up in an organized fashion. And then when your contacts and your participants log into your private client website, they can see all the course content, all the sessions or modules here, and they can click and easily get to the next section. And then you can see all of the content is organized in a nice, clean way. And they can just scroll down the private secured page and they can download worksheets. They can complete interactive exercises. They can choose all that apply. They can download documents. And so it's just a way to organize all of your content. Okay. So that's the essence of courses. Okay. Is to organize your content. Now, there's kind of a two-step process. And Sheila, this is what I want to share with you. So let's say, Sheila, that you have a home study program and you're like, wow, Melinda, I love this. I'm going to go organize my home study into my console system so it's easy for my participants to access it. It looks nice and professional. And so you have this done. Once you have your content set up, That's nice. Your content's organized, but there has to be a way for your participants to access it. So part one is to set up your content and organize and format all of your content using this courses module. And then the final step that you want to take is under products. You want to create a product. Typically, it's a product of the same name, like my Courage, Risks, and Rewards coaching program. That's my home study program. I also have a product by that name. And then you want to connect the two, and that's done under Content Access, Sheila. So when you click on Content Access, this is where you say, okay, if somebody buys this program, I want them to have access to all the content that's part of this program. And so you can see here's a courses section. And so I want to make sure that they have access to all the content inside this course. So when they buy this product, the Courage, Risks, and Rewards coaching program product, they buy that product, they have access to the Courage, Risks, and Rewards coaching program content. Okay, so Sheila, does that make sense? Do you understand the difference between the two? Just give me a quick yes or no. If you have any other questions, type it into that webinar box. And Sheila says, yes, thank you so much. You're welcome. Okay, a couple more questions. When you create a program, does the system automatically create the drop-down box on the right? When you create a program, Linda, I think you're talking about when we were looking at this here. Is this what you're talking about here on the right? When you create a program, then you automatically have all these links created. Is that what you're referring to? Just give me a quick yes or no in that webinar box. I think that's what you're talking about, but I just want to make sure before I answer that question. Oh, Linda says, nope, the drop down with options, edit, archive. So when you are creating a program, does the system automatically create the drop down box on the right? Okay, I think this is what you're talking about, Linda. If I completely get this wrong, please tell me. So when you add a course, and I'll just use this Courage, Risks, and Rewards. Let's say I've added this course and I've formatted all this content, and now it's a course in my console system. Here on the right, here's this drop-down menu that says Edit, Rename, Copy, Preview, Delete. Your console system automatically has that available. So as soon as I add a course, let's just call it a cool holiday teleclass program, whatever. And I add that, it's going to add it to my list. And hang on, we'll let it add. And once it's added to my list, then you'll see that option box automatically display. Okay. It's prompting me to add lessons. Let me go back to the course list. So here's the cool holiday teleclass program. And here's the option box. You can choose all these options. So that's the same. That's true for courses. It's also true for products. As you add products, the option box is automatically displayed. Your system does that. You don't have to figure that out. Okay. Okay, a couple more questions. Let's see here. Susie says, can we get the menu item back if we delete it? So I think, Susie, what you were talking about when we had the question about how do I get rid of that products and services page? The way that if you delete that menu, when you go back to your shopping cart, under products, this products and services button will become an activate button. It will say activate products and services, and you click that button and it will turn that back on so it displays on your website. Okay, so that's where you do that. If you decide to turn it off now and then add it later, you can reactivate it. Susie says, I think we could use another session on this. Well, you know, Susie, that is a great comment, and no joke, because this is a pretty in-depth module. It has the products and the course and content delivery. And so it reminds me, I just want to point out, when you go to customer support, we've actually done a number of intensive trainings on the shopping cart, on products, on courses. And so you can go into your support center and you can type in a word and say, you know, I need to know more about products. And there's a whole bunch of frequently asked questions or video tutorials. There's other Tuesdays at 2 trainings that we've done. So you can type in, whether it's products or a shopping cart, you can type that in, or it might be courses or content. So you can type in phrases if there's something specific from today's topic that you want to look at, or depending on which version if you want to go into version, if you haven't converted yet, you might go into version 2, or if you have converted, you can go check out the video tutorials. And all of the video tutorials are organized by module. And so you'll see the shopping cart module, and you'll see in your console system, we've done a lot of trainings on this. Some of these are short, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Some are 5 or 7 minutes. Some are an hour. There are Tuesdays at 2 training. So we have a lot of tutorials in the console system on this topic. So if you need more, head over there, Susie, because you are absolutely right. There is a lot to this topic. Okay. Okay, let's see. Michelle makes a comment. Can you show your setup of your 4-week teleclass too? What do you mean by that, Michelle? Can I show my setup of the 4-week teleclass? Give me a little bit more information, and I'm happy to show you whatever that is, but I want to know, I just need a little more information about that. So Michelle, type that into that webinar box. All right, let's see if we can get these last few questions wrapped up before the top of the hour. Michelle says, I want to know about the sidebar that you just pointed out on the programs page. So here we are. I'm on my website template. Now I'm in preview mode. You can see the little pink stripe across the top. I'm in preview mode to preview a course that I just set up and configured in the course module. And so when a participant comes to your private website, if they've purchased the product that gives them access to that course, or if you've gifted them the product that gives access to that course, then at the top of the page, they're going to see the title of that lesson or session or module or chapter or part. And on the left 2/3 of the page, that's where all of your content will be, whether it's written content or videos that you add, or exercises that they fill in with forms, or documents that they download for reference. So all of that's on the on 2/3 of the page. And then down the right column, your console system automatically creates a course content listing of all the modules, so that if, like in this particular case, here's part 1, these are live links. So a participant in something like this, Courage, Risks, and Rewards, all of the modules are available as soon as they buy it. And a participant can take themselves through all the content, and then when they're done, they can go to the second part, and they can take themselves through the content. They can go to the third part, and they can just take themselves through it and quickly click back and forth to review and access material from any of the modules. Okay, that's nothing that you have to set up, Michelle. Your console system does it for you. When you create, under the shopping cart module, under courses, when you build out your course, let me just click on the Courage, Risks, and Rewards as an example. Whatever lessons you add new lesson. Again, we call them lessons. You might call it module, session, chapter, part 1, part 2, part 3. Whatever the title for each lesson is what will display on the right-hand column. Okay. So that's what that is. Okay, a couple more. We're going to sneak them in. Hang on. I think I've gone through most of these. Linda says, if I do a separate campaign, can I make a different opt-in page? Absolutely. If you do a separate campaign for all of these programs or for different promotions that you're offering, under website, Linda, when you click on custom opt-in forms, you can have as many opt-in forms as you want. And inside these opt-in forms, there's a wizard. And you'll see that you can create the group, the autoresponders, the thank you page, and get your code. So you can have as many opt-in forms as you want. Okay. Linda, you are talking about, um, Linda, I think you've got a few comments in here about some updates. I would have you submit a ticket, or if the live chat's available, head over to the live chat. It sounds like you've got something specific within your system. So get our support team to talk to you about those updates and specifically what you need to do in your system. Okay. Um, okay. Gina says, are we able to drip content in a course yet? Not just yet. We have that. We're building that out. We're in beta testing with that. And it's going to be sometime next year that we'll release that, but you'll be able to drip out course content and automate the delivery of it. So that'll be coming soon. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for letting me go just a couple minutes over so we could answer everybody's question. I do think I answered everybody's question. If we didn't, head to the Facebook group and post your question in the Coaches Console Members Mastermind Facebook group, and we'll make sure to get your question answered. Now, because we are right at the holidays, I just want to do a quick announcement before everybody leaves. With our holiday schedule, everybody saw our holiday schedule come out. This is the last Tuesday at 2 call for the holiday season. So the next 2 weeks and the first week in January, we will not have a live Tuesdays at 2 call. They will resume on January 12th, Tuesday the 12th. Okay, so we'll pick up the Tuesdays at 2 calls. In the meantime, you can always head to the support center, like I showed you earlier. You can type in keywords and phrases. Depending on the version you're working in, you can access a ton of video tutorials or FAQs and answers and get your information there. And remember that we've got the live chat. So there are certain times during the days where you can see that chat box in the lower right corner of your system, and you can talk with one of our team members, and you can get some immediate questions answered pretty quickly. So you've got a lot of support resources available to you. And if you need to, you can always submit a ticket like always. Just submit that request and a member of our team will get back to you shortly. Okay? So everybody have a happy holidays, whatever it is that you are celebrating, however you choose to celebrate. And most of all, I want you all to know that what you're doing in this world matters. The work that you do makes a difference. The way you do the work that you do is priceless and irreplaceable. And just know that, because I know a lot of times in this industry, we cannot realize the ripple effects that we have. We have one simple conversation with a client or a potential client, and we think it doesn't matter, or we don't even pay it a second, we don't even give it a second thought. But it was a profound impact for that person who then goes and it spills over into their family or into their friends. And our ripple effect is significant. So please know that what you are doing makes a difference in this world. The way you do it is unique to you, and there's only you that can do it, and you matter. So please receive that in as one of your gifts this holiday season. And we will see you after the new year. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.